shortage of cattle, but there is a slowdown in meat processing because of packaging and processing plants struggling right now. It's going to be difficult to get meat from the farm to the table. Ranger Cattle's #1 customer was restaurants, selling beef to 60 eateries across Austin before the COVID-19 pandemic shut businesses down.
All of a sudden, we were left with a bunch of beef and no way to get it to the consumers.
Changing up the ranch's business model, customer can now buy cuts of beef directly from Ranger Cattle. It's a method many ranchers are shifting to in the midst of a meat shortage. Texas Department of Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller says the supply is there, but the manpower to process and package meat isn't.
The problem we have now is in our meat industry, our packing plants are running, our beef plants are about 60% capacity, which is not good. We have plenty of beef. We have plenty of chicken, eggs, milk, but it's kind of scarce on the shelf.
President Donald Trump signed an executive order Tuesday to keep meat processing plants open, as many have had to reduce operations, ultimately reducing the amount of meat available for customers in stores.
We're going to have a meat shortage probably for the next 30 to 60 days. We won't be out. You'll be able to get meat. It may not be the cut you particularly want that day. So but we're turning this thing around, and we're keeping those processing plants open. We're trying to ramp back up our number of cattle we process each day.
The owner of Ranger Cattle says he's preparing for the shortage to last for weeks to come and urges people not to panic buy.
Everything's going to be okay. The food chains will provide. Everyone just sit tight, take a deep breath. We're going to get.
All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Hagwadash, the bonus to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutation, brothers on the work of sincerity and the truth. All for elected brothers waiting and praying every day for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua to return so we can get out this place. Peace, salutation to you, brothers. All right. Have you seen in the video? You seen that they was talking about meat shortage? Well, meat shortages on the shelf, per se. Now, the ranchers were basically saying it's not a shortage of meat. It was just basically the production due to the COVID-19 and basically the shutting down of basically the cities were basically and workers to work into the those meat factories basically was reduced in most of them. So it was just one. This is just one of many ranchers who basically sell their meat to restaurants, and basically because of the shutdown, meat not getting to the meat is not being produced, or cattle is not being slaughtered for the production of meat to be sent to stores. Okay, so this, we know all in all, this is what Esau is playing when he did the COVID-19 and shutting it down, because as we know through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah and through the apostle and elders, which Yahweh Shema Shah put the spirit on, that these devils they're in a they're about chaos and and fear mongering, So as you see, they say it's gonna come back, but we know through the spirit it might pop up a little bit. You see gas rising up again. You might, I seen gas at over under 99 cents around the city where I live in. And, so, it could look a certain way, but hey, time is going to show that Yahweh Shema Shah said what he said. So this is going to be quick. It's about this meat shortage. So let's start. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, "In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease because they are few." Right? Because jobs at this time, in that time of the COVID-19 situation, it was reduced, but it's going to be actually reduced tremendously. This is just a prelude, and when elites do things, they do things as a test. Okay. And those that look out the windows be darkened because you see no future, So if you got anything that's hitting in stocks or anything, just take the money out, because the time is about to be where these devils is about to have a free fall on Jake in America and the rest of the world, man. All right. So the keepers of the house, see jobs. Let me go back down and say it says Salakia. I'm reading from the top. It says the days when the keepers of the house, who the keepers of the house, man, the elites of this world, man, the Illuminati, man, shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few. Grinders mean work, so it's no work in America. And actually, the whole world has been shut down because of the fear of that. And those that look out the windows be darkened because they can't see no future, right? Verse 4 says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. So they were shut, all right? So the sound of the grinding was low, right? Because they're being starved out from the COVID-19. But what is basically, it's a chain reaction to this thing, okay? And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of the music shall be brought low. So you see that he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, right? That's your alarm clock, but the grinding is low. So, hey, America's at this moment, they're giving stimulus plans, they're giving more money in your check when you do unemployment and things of that nature. But ultimately, man, this thing is gonna go down because ultimately the food is gonna be gone. They're gonna be looking for the men of the Lord, and the Most High is just gonna you're not gonna have them either, man. So, hey, this food you eat is gonna nourish you for a day, but hey, the spiritual word is gonna be gone. Okay, so all right, so we got to be smart about this thing. We know this devil is about to try to pull this new world order soon. Okay, all right. So that's really what this devil want to do. He want to make a new empire state, for himself. All right. Okay, because them devils they not gonna fall apart. They gonna have. I'll give you a little something real quick on that. They gonna have things, man. Okay, this is Psalms 37 and 19. Okay, Psalms 37 and 19. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, because in the evil time they're gonna have what they want, and in the days of famine they should be satisfied. So these devils gonna have, while they starving out the rest of the world, or the rest of the world in America, they're gonna have their own stores and the storages of food, etc. The average six pack cracker is basically gonna be, he's gonna have he's gonna try to hunt, but he's gonna be shit out of luck. But the dudes with the bunkers and things of that nature, and the bug out bags, and those militia guys, they gonna get ready to have a smorgasbord. But they storing up that stuff for the men of the Lord, man. Okay, so this meat production has nothing really much to do, because hey, this food can perish. They could rot, whatever, but this word will never perish. All right. Okay, so in due time, the Most High is gonna cut. Hey, he's gonna send a famine over the land, man. All right, just like in Egypt. Okay, because it's gonna get real busy at this time. This is what the Lord said. All right, the Lord said, Yahushua, he said it. He stated, had a statement. Okay, this is Matthew 24. 7. Matthew 24 and 7. He says, for nation shall rise against nation, right? America, Britain, Iran, Russia, China, Africa, some other states, but the major powers kingdom shall rise against kingdom. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences. Yeah, it's gonna be diseases, famine. Yeah, it's going to be all that, and earthquakes in diverse places, man. And all these are the beginning of the sorrows. But hey, the things that are going to happen is Jake is going to start getting upset, you know, because as you see, this whole thing is a big illusion, you know. You're worrying about the wrong things right now. We got to worry about what's going to happen to this, to the thing, to us, you know. If you're the elect, man, or you striving to be the elect, man, you got to pray in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah. We're almost there, you know. Don't worry about what this devil can do to you, man. Meat shortage ain't got nothing to do with it. It's gonna be, but it's gonna do what? It's gonna cause problems, man. All right, because people can't just sit there and say, I got to eat plants. People don't fast, you know. So all it's doing is getting psychological, because what it was saying in the video is people was buying a hoarding more, you know. They was hoarding more than they should, you know. So eventually, you know, it's gonna be somebody gonna try to get in there and grab it. Because, hey, the Spirit of the Lord is going to send people after them, people that have it, man. Verse 9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all men, all nations, for my name's sake. But that's what's going to happen, because that's what basically what this thing is all about. They're trying to whittle out the elect, man. You know, I seen a video earlier today about, you know, the so-called black identity extremists, where you got the feds. Now they're trying to just recategorize it. But we still, the Lord is not playing, man. You know, so that's why we really got to understand we can't worry about the famine, that food. You know, this thing's the Most High. Hey, brothers, the Most High will have an angel come, man, and bring us food. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's like let's go to Matthew 10:28. Okay, Matthew 10:28. Okay, it just says, let's start up at 25. It says, it is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant. Let's go down. Verse 26 says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light. So with the things of the Most High, hey, nothing's going to be uncovered that day. That's what we out here doing. We're uncovering the fallacies and the bullshit that Esau is doing, man. We bringing it to light, man. You can't hide a candle under a bushel, man. On the hill, you okay? It's going to be seen in the darkness. Okay? It says, and what is ye in the ear? What you hear in the ear, that ye preach upon the housetop. And that's what we're doing when we on the highways and byways doing these videos. That's what we're doing, man. We're preaching on the housetop. Everybody can see it. Everybody can hear the word. You know, it's being seen on the unicorn. It's being sent out every night, every day. It's not being brought in. It's not going to come back. It's going to be sent out. So everybody has ran into the Israelites, man. Heard about the Israelites. Heard about the way the Israelites have, you know. And if you shun it, it's just on you. Okay? That's what we do. So that's what we really, we spreading the word, and what this devil hated, man. Verse 28, it says, fear not them which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So the Most High can make you paranoid, paralyzed, get you going looking crazy and everything, man. He could kill you on this thing, and you'll never have an existence again, even in the kingdom to come, man. Okay? So don't worry about what this devil could do, bring famine. Nope. Pray to Yahweh Shema Shah. That's why the scripture tell you pray without ceasing, man. You know, stay in the guidance of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Stay in the power, stay under the power, man. Because in due time, this thing is going to fall apart, and the rest of the world is going to fall with it, man. And you doing all that you can, and you're going to be saved. So, hey, that's just, you know, that's just the word, you know, and I hope you was edified through the Spirit, and I hope you brothers are blessed. And with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace, salutations, and shalom.